planet Earth, the place we all call home, filled with several species, 8 billion people, and countless cultures and religions. A place, though contains pure joy and happiness, can be hard to navigate through, as disagreements, violence, and war is bound to happen. Life has proved it's not always realistic to say everyone is represented, respected, or recognized, but what happens when we all are? Well, that's what I like to call religious diversity. Also known as religious pluralism, I would say it's something very important to people, as it's necessary for a healthy society, as it makes for a comfortable environment. Understanding, respecting, and coexisting with other religions is what makes one more proud and comfortable to carry out their own practices. What I've realized over time is, without facing judgment, it makes for a together community and a hopeful future.
In this video, you will learn how, through myself and my 3 friends, religious diversity is possible, and even so, in my very own hometown of Ceres, California.
So starting with myself, so I was born in 2004, coming from a predominantly Catholic household. From my dad's side of the family, they all were Catholic, coming from my grandpa and my grandma. They were both immigrants from a small town in Michoacan, Mexico. When they came to the United States, and they're able to really practice their religion freely, even to the point where they pass it down to their kids. My dad himself was able to finish his confirmation and even marry at a church. He also had me, in which I was able to finish my first communion, and it wasn't until my confirmation that I stopped and I started becoming a little bit more curious. So a lot of this curiosity didn't just stem from me being young and I guess rebellious, but it stemmed from me also just kind of going into school and seeing a lot of new faces and new religions all around. Made me really respect one another, and I feel like I was able to really adapt to that religious pluralism all in my hometown of Ceres. And a lot of the faces that you'll see in this video are also a lot of my close friends today. And with that being said, I want to introduce you to my friends.
My name is Sejal and I identify as Sikh.
I'm Braulio Arellano and I'm Catholic.
My name is Mateo and I'm agnostic.
So my family, Sikhi originates back in Punjab, which is a region of India and Pakistan, before the partition at least, and that's kind of where my family is from. Obviously we migrated to America, but the religion itself was heavily populated in that area, and it's kind of just what future generations have been born into, and myself included. The biggest thing I value most about my religion is that Sikhs are we're very giving. It's one of our golden rules to make an honest living and give back out of those earned wages. So I very much appreciate that, and we do things like seva. Seva is literally just community service, and that's shaped me personally because Sikhi has taught me to be judge-free. Everything that happens for a reason. We practice our religion in Sikh temples, which we call gurdwaras, and then some events that go on are Nagar Kirtans, Vaisakhi Melas, which are both kind of like fairs, kind of surrounding Sikh events that have happened that are vital to our history. And then recently Gurpurab, which is the birth of our first guru, and kind of just the birth of Sikhi itself. There's events like that that happen at our churches or gurdwaras, so yeah.
So what would you say is your family history on becoming Catholic?
So my family's from a state in Mexico, and you can say that where they're from, religion is one of the most important things of their cultural identity. So when they came to the States, they maintained those values and religious beliefs to the point where today they still follow their religion. So that was passed on to me.
What would you say you value most about your religion overall?
I would say the community, the inclusiveness of the community, as well as the morale that's emphasized by the culture. It's a church in Modesto. It's called St. Stanislaus. The sacraments, baptisms, communions, marriage, as well as some community fairs. I would say the number one challenge would be location.
Though a lot of it is due to the missionizing of native lands by Spanish and Christian converters, the religion of Catholicism ended up growing to be California's second most popular religion, as 28% of the population are followers. Like my friend states how there is not much discrimination of his religion, it's because even in our hometown of Ceres, 21.2% of the population are Catholic. This, however, didn't stop us from accepting others within our friends or the world around us.
Alright, if you could just give me a brief family history on why you're agnostic and what you value the most about your beliefs.
So growing up, my mom, she was Christian, but she wasn't a big supporter once I got to like my later years in life. But my dad, all throughout my life, is like a strong Christian. So growing up, I kind of found that middle ground, and like I still believe there is a higher being, but at the same time, like I value not having to go to like church every Sunday and being able to like find things in my life that I value, such as like golfing and like working out, like things I can put my mind on besides like religion. Whenever I tell people that I don't necessarily believe in God, but I still do, a lot of people just assume that I'm like an atheist, and they pretty much categorize me in that religion group.
So, now seeing where all three of my friends had gotten their religious identities from, it's time to see how we've all navigated, learned, and appreciated each other's religious differences.
So growing up, witnessing other religions and learning about them was super interesting because personally I think it's super cool to see how everything kind of intertwines and overlaps in a way. I'm able to see some similarities, and it's also nice to see some differences in what makes everyone unique in their own ways. So it's really cool to build relationships off of that.
Well, from an early point, I understood that reading their religions and accepting their religions was the right thing to do. As I grew up, I got to learn more about their religions, which only reinforced that, which only made me, I guess, be more proud of my religion, seeing the way they would represent their culture and the beauty of it. I just felt more comfortable showing my culture and not being shy about it.
So solely within Ceres, I had friends who were like Mormon and Catholic, and I got to go to their places of worship and kind of see what they do and like learn more about their religions. And it opened my eyes to kind of be like, dang, what do I actually believe in? And now that's why I'm agnostic, because I truly don't know. I'm in that very like middle ground.
The most important factor of our friendships over the years that is shown here and within my friend circle over time is acceptance. To explicitly and purposefully discover and adapt to religious pluralism was never something my friends and I ever thought of. It was just part of our mannerisms to simply respect and coexist with others. After talking openly and deeply about my friends' beliefs for the first time and even visiting their respective sanctuaries, I realized how, though technically we are all different, we're also similar in the way that religion has all taught us to be good people and love others for who they are. As shown in these interviews, the overarching theme I've gathered is just how proud of your religion you can be by also noticing others' pride in their beliefs. And yes, this does all take place in my hometown of Ceres, but in all honesty, religious pluralism can be anywhere. It's just a matter of if you as a person can see past these differences and live as one. Thank you so much.